Yeah.
Go on, $15 for it.
I've got a 250 you can buy.
Is it a dope? Well, I think June will kill me if I die, but is that right?
Easy
I've died once.
Ask forgiveness and permission.
Jolene, Chad Chaddington. Hey, we've only played this once, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in Feb.
Cool bananas.
Oh, we've got some good stuff on board already. We've got Tokyo. We've got whatever that place is.
What's up there?
Yeah, I just want to show the chat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's there.
Have we got watches? Is
Send it.
anyone watching?
So there's 5 people, which is great.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to February of Pandemic.
Game 3.
Game 3. February.
We decided to forget the first game.
Maybe it's game
That just
3
didn't
and 4.
happen, did it?
No, it happened.
That's good.
Yeah. Actually, I reckon almost all of those were from game 1,
Yeah.
weren't they?
Oh,
I
this
think we
one
had
that went
like one
bang
or two,
around here was,
yeah.
Game on wasn't.
wasn't on you. Well, we got one go each, didn't we?
Yeah.
What you didn't even get a
Yeah,
go.
horrible.
No, I didn't. It was just like, and.
Do we need to read anything from the thingo deck?
I would assume.
Just
Alright,
start
so let's
with
say red alert.
Yeah, you put that over there because you don't need that.
Also,
Thingo deck. Okay.
You're in charge
so
of red virus.
Excellent.
actually, you put that. You take that. Oh. I'll put this
very nice.
here.
We're going to need all of these.
You're in charge. You're in charge of this.
That doesn't. Oh yeah, cool. I was gonna say that doesn't feel like enough red, but
There's the cards.
Okay, so it looks like I'm on blue. So I'm near blue.
What are these cards? These ones that we need.
those are the other one that says stop at the front.
Congratulations.
Yeah, did we do something wrong the first game or something? Do we have to remember to do something?
Joel's got cards.
No, they're different.
I don't know what those ones are. Oh, those ones.
What? These are the ones that we read.
Oh,
Alright, well then we don't have the one at the front on the top then.
yeah, what's this?
So, what? Which one?
The end. So that used to go there with those on top. Are we up to that one? I thought we would have been on one that says stop.
Yeah. Stop. Draw
Ah.
this card before your first.
Oh, why did we leave that one? Was there a reason? What's it say?
Because we
Oh, the end
any
of
game
January.
played in February after setup before the first turn begins, remove one disease cube.
Oh, that's why.
Because we won.
That's the
I was just wondering why we left that
yeah,
one
That's
on
the
there.
scratchy one.
Yeah.
How are we choosing our dudes?
I want someone as I had last time.
You want the same?
Yeah, I'm happy with the same dude. He was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying.
Chad
I would-
Chaddington.
wouldn't swap if you
I'm
want.
guessing you were
Jolene.
Jolene, weren't
Things could change though.
you?
I was just John.
I was
You
Fred
were
Williams.
John.
John.
Fred Pointer. We got Margaret sitting
What
there.
was I?
Oh,
Scientist.
what did you want the researcher?
Yeah.
You changed, didn't you, on stuff?
Oh, no, yeah, because we get
Oh,
stickers.
did
Who
you
got the
not?
stickers? You did you?
I got one, and
Yeah,
Medic.
that was
Chad
5.
Chaddington did.
Medic got the others.
You got
I think,
Local
two.
connections. Once
Yeah.
per turn, you may treat a disease in the city connected to your city. This guy's powerful.
That's powerful stuff.
What do your stickers do?
So do
it was
not discard a card when taking a direct flight. Show the card and return it to your hand. So when I do a discarding a card to move to a city, I don't have to discard the card, and I can do that for other people too.
Yeah,
So
but-
as long as I have the card, I can fly people.
With great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, I've got the dodgy one.
You're the one that's kind of
The dead
closest
one.
to you.
Yeah, the one that's dead. We can't cure.
Ah,
Oh,
these
that's
have to
evil.
move around.
that'd be right. Ben.
I'm gonna get these on the right colours, I assume.
Good call.
That looks safe.
Cool.
Yeah,
Alright,
150 watt globe. It's fine. So
I would like someone to go dirt bike riding.
Cool. So before we start, we can take a disease cube off the board.
I kind of don't even want to go dirt bike riding. I just want to get around the place. Be cool. Pretend we're teenagers.
hey, why don't you take it up?
Fucking hard. Terminator.
Why don't you take it up to Stockland and knock out
Oh.
some people crossing the
Or riding through the
Okay.
wall into the shops.
So draw this card just before you set up your first game in February, which I think we're about to do now.
I think so.
I'll allow you to draw.
February mission briefing. We have to get ahead of this new Cod A virus, as it is unlike any we've seen in nature. We've managed to get authorization to start quarantining the hotspots. Treat the virus we know about and keep Cod A under control until more work can be done on it. Cod A has mutated again, and now it can no longer be treated using any known techniques. Continue on with your existing objective.
Does that mean it can't be treated? Can't be killed?
Can be cured.
Is it even saying like removing it?
No,
from
it
the
can't
city?
be. It can't be treated, as in we can't remove it off the board.
So I can't remove cubes from the city.
No.
What? That's the black one.
Yes.
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 So Ben,
So
don't put any on the board.
So we cannot remove it from the board once it's on.
Except for our first special move we can move on. Surely.
Well, is
Well,
it
you know
a
how we
trait
were-
or is
You
it
know how we
a...
were planning to win this one.
That does just say remove one. It doesn't say it's a trading.
Yeah, I'd say.
So potentially we could.
For sure.
And then we also have
However-
a number of things to resolve.
It does say remove one disease cube from the board and return it to the supply.
How about we make it a black one when they come on? Just put it up there.
So we have a number of things we have to resolve. So number 9.
Door number 9.
Is it the door or is it the briefcase
No,
thing? It's a briefcase.
It's a
yeah?
briefcase thing.
Right, so we don't touch those. And are the others like
Is that-
stickers
aren't
of
they-
some sort, or
Just like
there's just like numbers and letters?
9.
So number 9 first.
you can
9
We
times.
need to resolve these one at a time. There's 5 of them in
Oh, where is
total,
that?
and then we need to keep reading.
Friday and something.
9 times.
It's a 999.
Oh, get in there. What's the last bloody... Someone obviously didn't put these into order, did they?
Oh, yeah. You had one job to do.
I didn't touch it since we bloody left it last one. 9.
Yep.
Cannot be treated, cannot be cured.
So
Where's
it's
that
a
going? On the
sticker
same
on
line?
here, I assume. Code
Yeah.
A.
It'll go over the top.
It's got over the top.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because treat disease cannot be treated. So it will get stuck.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It gets worse.
Cool.
What?
Alright, we now have a G, which I saw on one of the first sheets.
That went over the top of the other sticker.
Because the other sticker said it took 2
Yeah.
actions to treat it.
Now we just can't.
Put
So
a sticker on the sticker.
G on the top.
I'm gonna make it like that. Cool.
And
I
the
think
next
that
one
makes
is
everything.
A as well. So
You
what's
now
the-
have
As long as-
confidential
as it
clearance.
gets the birds.
Open package 1.
Oh,
Oh, wait, hang on, we need to read this.
Yeah, read that.
Spend an action to place a quarantine marker in the current city. Only one quarantine marker may be in a city at a time. When a player is instructed to add any amount of disease markers to the city of any color, remove a quarantine marker instead of adding a disease marker. If you are out of quarantine markers and do the quarantine action, remove a quarantine marker already in play and add it to your city.
can we quarantine cities?
So,
You'll need to stick that somewhere.
When's Jan Chaddington need to get his gear out?
So what was it? Instead of spend an action to place a marker, only one on a city, when you're instructed to add any amount. Okay. of any colour, remove the quarantine instead. So it's essentially protecting. So that's how we stop the blacks from.
You're doing it
The
again.
cod, sorry, the cod A.
Stop the black virus.
So how we stop cod A from coming out is to quarantine first. And this just purely has the quarantine markers.
And once quarantined, cannot be unquarantined, or it can.
No,
Well, we can
They're
move.
not, they're not
we've-
stickers. They're
No, they're
No,
just a
they're-
marker.
yeah. Okay.
And once you use it, like it goes away. But then when you put them out, if you don't have
So how many can we
more,
put
you
out?
can move them. There's 12 in total here.
Yeah, how many do we get to put out instantly? Any?
I assume it was one. If you want to read that again, Joe, was it just one? Well, it's as
Spend
an
an action to place a quarantine marker.
Spend it.
and each city can only have one, so you can only do it where you are once, and then you'd have to move it again.
What does a quarantine marker do?
So it
That's the
means that
quarantine.
when you go to put a cube on it, instead of putting
Oh, you
a
take
cube
that
or
off.
any number of cube, you take that off instead.
So hang on.
So basically, you could put one of these there, and instead of
Putting a cube
black
down,
cube.
putting a
on it,
cube
you get-
there, that would come off.
Yeah, okay.
and
And
it's
you can put
any
it back
number
again,
of
maybe.
cubes.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
So if there's going to be 2 or 3 cubes go on there, you can put that. You can remove this instead of putting all of those on.
So we could do that when it's going to be bad.
we get a research station from get go, or did we have to spend an action to do that?
No, I think that's at the start. You get one on each one that we've built that on before. Yeah.
So that's good. So that's in
Cool.
black.
So
Whatever we were
have to
thinking
have-
last week,
So we
we've
have
obviously
A.
correct.
We've got another 3. So
This starts
A
with
is
just A.
next. I'll put the empty boxes down here.
Someone
as
got
well.
Catan. I'm really surprised by that. Ice 2. The Ice Queen number 2.
That's Saskatchewan.
Really?
Right,
It's ice.
you're looking at
Yeah,
me here, or that's
You
it?
are while I go and
For some
grab
reason, she's in there fast. It always comes up as ice. Not.
What did you
I
say?
saw it.
Not the Ice Queen. Number 1 and 2.
No, it's right here.
Cool.
Yes, mate.
Just match up.
I could do that.
Yeah. What side do you want?
What game are we playing next? Did we work that out? Whose choice is it?
Mine.
When it doesn't take 5 or 6 hours.
I'm tossing up between
Smash.
Between
tossing
trains?
up between 2. I've got either Small World Designer Edition because it's pretty, or Arkham Horror LCD. Yeah,
We
Coke.
played a little bit of that one time.
Yeah, we did.
The coat, whatever that thing was.
Coaches. The
Oh,
leather, with a
Something-
jacket. The jacket was
Okay.
warm and
Warm
no,
and
something
comfortable.
reassuring in its
Warmth and something.
Anyway, so we have relationships. So when creating a character, give them a relationship with an already created character. Both characters get the same relationship, e.g. both get friends stickers.
Oh, super best
Fill in the
friends.
name of the other character in the relationship. Each character can have 2
If it's
relationships.
with a lady, it's definitely going to be Chad.
So do we have to do that now before we continue? Or
We already created these. Didn't
yeah,
we?
that's what I'm wondering. Like, is that only when we create new characters?
Read it again.
When creating a character, give them a relationship with an already created character. Both characters get the same relationship, e.g. both get friends stickers. Fill in the name of the other character in the relationship. Each character can have 2 relationships. So you've got 2 spots here on your card for relationships. So you fill in the name of the guy that you
Is
will get
Creating
on.
a new character, does that just
Character.
mean when changing characters?
So if these
Well,
die-
it'd be when you, I
Oh, I
assume when
think-
we
well,
get
Well, that's
told.
just the rule.
Yeah, when we get told to
So that's a
create
new rule,
new
I guess.
character.
isn't it? So,
Yeah.
so it's not from the
Oh, okay.
So do you want to chuck this
Chatting here, he's going to
on that
smash the
book?
ladies. Yeah.
And we'll start opening the next one. One.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
There.
Ooh. Can you pass me the box for trains? I reckon that's going to be my next choice.
I actually don't think I've played it.
Oh,
But it's like Dominion.
you should try Carcassonne. You don't like
Say, Cargo's on.
Oh, no,
Or
Catan.
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 Yeah,
Thinking of make a turn.
Alright.
I thought you didn't
See?
like to me.
We have
No,
some
I
more.
don't mind it. It's just
You
I don't like
Right.
playing it in RL because of the whole
IRL. Is that the
because of that whole
So these must be the relationship stickers. There's 2 sets at the moment. There's a friends with. If you start your turn in the same city as a friend, you may look at but not rearrange the top 2 cards of the player deck.
This looks sweet.
They both get that. And then rivals with. When a rival plays or discards a card, you may immediately discard any 2 cards to pick it up. Okay. Cool. So there's 1. I assume that gets set aside rather than stuck
Yeah, you
with
just-
something because that's gets
yeah,
stuck
you
in
just
there,
keep
yeah.
that with your
Yeah, cool.
you
Cool.
You
And
can-
last
you can
one
put
we
that-
have number 6. Sorry.
you can put that box back in the box because it's easier to just put this back into that box.
Oh, yeah, cool. Right, these are more relationships. Family members with. So if you start your turn in the same city as a family member, gain 1 extra action.
Ooh.
And co-workers with. You may share knowledge with a co-worker as long as one of you is in the city
Really?
of
You think
the card that is being passed. The researcher
That's
can
a
pass any card.
Oh.
You may share knowledge with a co-worker as long as one of you is in the city of the card that is being passed. Oh, okay. So you don't have to be both in the same location to be able to
Didn't say
share
sexy.
knowledge with a co-worker.
Oh,
So you may share knowledge with a co-worker as long as one of you is in the city with the card that is being passed.
Oh, right. The card. Yeah, okay. The card city.
so that's it. Okay.
Oh, that's.
Even mock or something.
So hang on. So how do those relationships work?
So when you create a character, you
So we
you
don't have to worry
create a
about it until one of us
relationship with
dies. Yeah.
someone else. Well, maybe I don't know.
Did that
So
other
that's
one
that
die?
card
There's
gone.
a card where it's like sleep with one of your colleagues and create a
Now we have actions. Quarantine. Place a quarantine marker in your current city. Is this like another list of?
Just pass it
Right. Cool.
around.
Okay.
This is my objective.
Cool. So we have new action cards. We have a
Action.
new.
Thanks. Quarantine.
Oh, there's a new type of
Now I strongly suggest that someone go that.
quarantine specialist. Once per turn, you may use the quarantine action to place a quarantine marker anywhere on the board. Quarantine markers are never removed from the city you are in.
As in you just block.
Yeah.
John, what are you thinking?
Nice.
Well, I've got who's got the weakest?
Then we have
Probably
stuff.
not that.
Who's got the weakest? Joel?
Draw
Are
this
you...
card at the end of your first game in February before selecting your end game upgrades.
I have. You may give any one of your city cards when you share knowledge.
That was pretty handy last time.
It need not match your city. A player who shares knowledge. Yeah. So this is basically like
Good.
like wild.
And what's John? Dispatcher.
Yeah,
Oh, John was
so
able to move people.
I can move another place
This one?
pawn as if it was mine. As
That's
an
not
action, move a pawn to.
Oh, but then the scientists
with another
are all
pawn.
kind of good.
This just needs
And get
4
permission.
cards to cure.
I think
And with my
But-
upgrade, I can.
that one might be a good one to get rid of. What's yours?
I was thinking.
I'm Chad Chaddington.
Ah.
Need I say more?
No.
Do we get to just choose
What
one
do we
and create a new one straight out?
So this
or-
one,
Yeah, 'cause
remove.
we
all
haven't
ships.
actually set up
We're
Yeah,
doing
game
ships,
yet.
please.
Cool.
What do you do?
And
So
you
I
can
remove
set up a
your-
relationship
remove
too,
more
I
than
suppose.
Good.
And I've got this. I can then also treat one in a connected
That's right.
city, so it actually makes
So I
it
reckon,
really powerful.
I reckon perhaps this is the weakest, even though it's like pretty good.
Yeah, because considering now we only need 15 cards.
Yeah.
Well, any of your black ones can just be burnt.
Or using.
Was this one
Doesn't
already
it fly
folded like
around?
that?
Sorry.
I guess we folded these all one.
Guess again.
Yeah, we must have.
I think they
That was the way that came anyway.
Yeah. So, what do we do about relationships then?
So when you're creating a character, you can create a relationship with an existing character.
Can or you must?
I think it was you can.
Well, may as well, I guess.
I think you must.
When
Yeah.
creating a character, give them a relationship with an already created character. Both characters get the same relationship. Both get friend stickers.
Friends, rivals, family members, or co-workers?
And who does it make sense to be doing that with?
So I do once per turn. You may use quarantine to place quarantine marker anywhere. Quarantine markers are never removed. So can nobody else place for quarantine markers?
No, we can, but
No,
it
we
takes an
can't.
action, and we have to be there to do it.
Oh, so this is just I can just do it.
Anyway, yeah.
Once per turn.
So friends is if you start in the same city, you can look at the top 2 cards.
So it still costs you an action to do it. So you're still using the quarantine action. It's just you can put it anywhere instead of having to be there.
Yeah.
But the other part that's really good is that wherever you are,
How many people we
the
got watching?
marker cannot be
Was
removed.
that 5 before?
Ah, if I'm sitting
You
on
lost or gained?
Yes. So if we put a quarantine marker there and you're sitting there,
it, can't go.
the quarantine marker doesn't go. So it just
Nothing
blocks
can
it.
get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Oh, there is a chat thing on the edge, isn't there?
That was over here.
Yeah, but I gotta like look behind.
That's the player.
Right.
Have you heard anyone in there yet?
So
no comments. No one
quarantine.
said.
Yeah.
Have you've set that up, yeah?
So
No.
Right.
look at the
'Cause
top
we
2
need
cards
to-
in the player deck.
Oh, that's
We need
right.
to pick
We need
4 of
pick
these.
those. Yeah.
Current play.
Immediately discard
Was it
your
4?
2 cards.
Yes.
Cool. Yep. Cool. So our upgrades are going up.
Ah. So if your rivals,
No, down.
Well, back.
whoever your rival is, if they discard a card, you can discard 2 cards to pick it up.
Our rival.
Family members.
Cards don't really help you though.
Well, I do because
No,
we've got cure
well,
3
cure
diseases,
it.
but yeah.
Yeah, but as in his
That's our
character,
objective.
Yeah, no. But
Draw, look at, and rearrange the top 6 cards of the infection deck, which is that chestnut over there. That is a good one. Remove 2 disease cubes from the board. Remove any 1 card from the infection discard pile from the game. You may place it. Blah blah blah. That was pretty good last time. Move any 1 pawn to a city. This can include riding, collapsing, and fallen cities permission. You've pretty much got that, don't you? So we can put that down there. Skip the infect city step. Do not flip over infection cards. That was pretty handy last time. This is kind of the order though. Add 1 research station to any city. No city card needed. You may not use this on riding, collapsing, or fallen cities.
That seems like it would be useful for an emergency, like an emergency. We need it right now. As in, on someone else's turn, we need a research station somewhere to be able to build the cube.
How many do we have to choose?
4.
So what 2 are not useful, rather than picking the ones that are?
Well, we've
Well,
got
there's
another
still
one,
more.
another turn.
Current player takes 2 extra turns. Discard 1 to 3 city cards from your hand. That current player takes 1 additional for every card discarded. So it's more like
Do the 2 extra turns, do they require you to infect cities? Are they turns or are they just 2 extra
actions.
actions? Oh, okay. That's actually useful.
2 extra actions. I suppose it depends on the player.
Well, I could like
Who
put
you
down
give it to?
3 different quarantine things.
Yeah.
Oh, that says once per turn.
Hmm.
That's not an action. Once per turn, you
Yeah, it
may
is.
use a quarantine action.
Yeah.
I guess I could put down 2.
So the top 6,
Show me what it
yeah,
Oh, you could put one anywhere. and you
I
could
put one anywhere and
city.
then one where.
that does feel good. Skip the infect city step.
That's always good.
It's always good. So then you've got either remove 2
no,
disease
it's
cubes from the
used
board.
that action.
Add 1
Yeah, use the
research
action to put it
station to
anywhere.
any city. That can be
Once
useful.
per
to
turn,
just
you
jump
may
around.
use the quarantine action to place a quarantine marker
Flexible aid
any
package.
anywhere.
on the board.
Get rid of aid package.
But about
I
2
feel like
actions, I could
out
do
of
that.
those
and
2,
then just
like
put
these
one
3, and then out of those 2.
Oh yeah, because you can quarantine.
Although this,
Like,
we
for
used that
days
last
if
time,
you've
that
got
was
the time.
fairly useful.
Yeah.
Being able to shift someone in an emergency, like me, where I can cure a city.
But someone's got that thing where they can airlift people or whatever.
I can do that, yeah.
John.
It has to be
John.
my turn though to do it. But
Pick one of those then. I reckon research is potentially more useful than.
Oh, she got one. Oh,
yeah.
I can't leave drink away, I guess.
Whichever. It doesn't really worry me at the end of the day. I think we're going to be hard
I
up
think
against
it's out of those 2.
And those.
it. But see, the other one is you're saying take 2 cubes, whereas potentially an airlift or 2 extra actions could be
Add a
removable.
research station to any city.
for instance, you could airlift me, who instantly kills a city from 3, and borrowed time, giving me 2 extra actions. I can potentially kill.
Move to
But the two removing 2 cubes, we could do. Okay, so there's 2 that have got 3s on them.
Does that
we
mean we
do
can take the
one
blacks
for
off?
each.
Yeah.
It just says remove. It doesn't say cure.
Not curing.
Yes,
Would that be handy?
that might be.
If we're going to play that right.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, yeah, you are.
You're not actually treating, so yeah.
It's until they.
Feels like the intent is they're on there and you can't get rid of them.
Well, at the moment, yeah.
By curing them. Can't
Well,
cure them. Well, not cure them. What is it called?
Treat.
Treat. Oh, what about my relationship?
Yep. So you
Yeah,
can pick
start
one.
flicking through that. Okay, I can't remember to set it up.
You may share knowledge. What does share knowledge mean?
I'm going to give a card.
Give a card.
So you can share knowledge with a co-worker as long as one of you is in the city of the card that's being passed. The researcher can pass any card.
Which is kind of what I can do.
You can do that anyway.
Yeah.
You are the researcher.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you can give me a card anyway.
In the same city. They're more for, well, that one, in my opinion, would be more for when a new card comes out, a new character comes out, that then can replace this one.
Oh, yeah.
So you've still got that element of.
Yeah. So family members, you get an extra action if you start in the same city. Friends, you look at the top 2 cards on the player deck.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't seem all that useful. Looking at the top 2 cards of player deck.
Yeah, I like that first one you said. The
rivals.
the one that if you start in the same city,
Yeah.
you get an extra
Action. Family members. Yeah.
because that can be handy.
Yeah. And then there's the rivals, which is if a rival plays or discards a card, you may immediately discard any 2 cards to pick it up.
And we can try and abuse this to try and make sure that the family members start in the same city on each of their turns.
So who wants
As
to
much as we
be
can.
who wants to be my daughter or son?
Who are you?
Chad Chaddington.
Yeah. What's your ability?
I'm the cure-all dude, medic.
I think I'd go with.
Me?
Chad
go with him.
Chaddington. Are you hot? Because Chad only goes with the hottest ladies.
Yeah. Get dog tricks. Well, I guess that'd be kind of. I'm going to be hanging around this area, I would have thought. To quarantine this stuff, wouldn't I? Although I can do it anyway.
And it will last for your lifespan.
Yeah, well, I suppose that is a good point, though.
He's not going to be hanging around there because
I can't cure much.
he can't do anything. So I think that maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter too much where I am. What are you? You're sharing cards. Because I'm leaving everyone else around.
So which one are you going with? Daughter? Family.
Got family.
Oh shit.
Gain 1 extra action. Potentially research maybe? It's only if you start
Yeah. But it doesn't matter where.
But it's you gain the extra action, right? And do I?
Well, we both do. Whoever
I didn't give everyone 2
goes
cards.
on both.
Yeah, okay.
Hang on a second, mate. And I'll come in.
Go with Joel.
There
Let's do that.
we go.
Oh, stick me.
That's it. Gets us started anyway. I'm sure it will have been a terrible decision. But we'll find out in the first 3 turns.
It's 2, yeah.
Ooh. What do we get? What we get?
Hang on, Elliot.
Ooh.
Can I see you? Hang on.
Where's a pen?
Oh, I found one.
Cool. So you're setting player deck up. We need to choose our starting location. So one of the 2 research stations. We all need to start together in one of those cities, and then we need to do the.
We can place cubes first, or do we pick?
No, we have to pick our starting location first. Oh no, yes, we're infecting cities is number 4. So
Oh,
yes, we're
no,
doing
no.
that first.
What's she look like?
Stupid. It should go like wonderful. One all the way down, then up here, and down this side of the page.
That was
Not
Fred's one,
1, 2,
so maybe-
3, and then over here.
Oh, that one.
You just read the numbers, man.
Yeah,
Just read the numbers.
whatever.
Yeah, Jeff
You can do
Wiener.
it next time.
There's a girl.
Yeah, Jeff Wiener.
Yeah, okay. Bob Wiener.
Bob's Wiener.
Cool.
Oh, 3 up the top.
Oh, yeah.
To where?
Are we revealing our cards yet? Or not?
First one.
Yeah.
So we
Soul.
need 3 in soul.
3 inside. That sounds painful.
3
Is that 3 and it
in,
turns into a boomy thing? Or is it
3.
another one on top of it?
1 on top. So 3 on Madrid.
Madrid.
I'm not liking. Is that black?
Oh, I thought it was
That's
blue.
blue.
Is it?
It's there.
Oh yeah.
Madrid. Europe.
Next one, 3 on. Ooh, cartoon.
Yellow.
Which, well, it is a number 2. What does the 2 mean?
2 is writing.
So no direct.
So pretty much how cartoon probably usually is.
What does the panic level there mean? So no direct flights or character or charter flights in or out. Okay, so we can't fly in or out
Or
of
make
here.
a research station.
So that's the 3s. Yep. So now we've got 2 in. Kachik.
Colour.
Black.
Ah, that's on you.
Damn.
San Fran. Cisco.
And Paris.
Paris. Blues getting.
What happens if another one goes? Oh, can't.
And now we go 1 each. So 1 in New York,
Damn, Blues got the AIDS today.
1 in Delhi,
Dilly, dilly, dilly.
and 1 in Kinsha, yellow. Okay, so now we need to pick where we're going to start, which research station, and then we also need to pick which we get our reward for February, wherever that disappeared to. I don't know where the card went now. The February reward was we got to remove 1. Yeah, there you go. Remove 1 cube from somewhere. So
Jill Bob.
I kind of feel like here's probably a better place to start than over in Atlanta,
For me.
being that, well, we've all got to pick the same spot.
Do we all?
We all have to be
Oh.
in the same one, and that's where we've got a research station.
Okay.
So either one or the other.
Oh, we'll start in Constantinople.
Actually, it doesn't matter. So, well, I guess we could both go in.
Why do you think it's better to start?
Well, we've got
Quarantine this
a
crap.
couple here, and then being able to start quarantining.
And you can go bang, heal. And get rid.
So we know these 2 are in our top 9 cities.
And this is
So
a 3,
we're going to be
so-
getting these as soon as we get epidemics, plus any more that come up. So we
How do
want
we
to
know
be
that?
quarantining here because they're in here now. So if we get an epidemic, these get shuffled in.
Booyakasha. Who's first?
And we get to
had
remove
AIDS
1.
last.
We get
one
to
cube.
remove 1 cube.
Wouldn't it make sense to remove a black? Are we saying to remove a black?
This one's got a sticker of a 1 and a.
One doesn't do anything though. It's just no
One
effect.
does nothing.
It's
Yeah.
just-
But black, all Stu needs to do is
Just
just
stay there.
but go in and quarantine.
well,
Yellow?
If we're
Not
targeting
even
this
go in,
area,
we
should we-
can do it
should we get rid of
whenever
an
it
Asia?
wants to turn.
Yeah, get it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good choice.
Oh, we can get rid of 1. Oh, you can just get rid of
No, we can just go there.
Okay.
Just go first.
how do we work this out? Who had AIDS last?
I've just got hey,
Take all the pawns blindly select one.
Drop one out.
Sure, and I'll need a couple more beverages before we get blind.
Pink.
Okay.
It's time.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so you 2 are both, you're the siblings with the extra
Oh,
turn.
quite nice. What's that mean? Skip the next infect city step.
Oh, yeah, I've got to skip back.
Civilization good.
Sure, you can flip.
I don't think I've played that either. I played TV. Love TV.
I bet improve set list.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
Love
I
that.
like that.
You just like it.
Is it really long?
You just
It's good.
these. You don't these.
So planes.
That's
Like planes.
Yeah,
fun.
mine's good.
Cool.
You wanna take it?
So,
Same as trains.
No, it's totally different.
whenever you want.
Can I do it now?
What is it?
Pick up all the cubes,
Skip the next infect city step.
and then you
But I
drop
could
them
if I wanted.
like that
Even though it's not my game.
around the board.
Yeah.
And the idea is for you to get your 5 cubes into your plane and score points.
Sounds very fun.
It is because
Yeah.
it's very it's strategic.
What about that
What
mushroom?
colour are you?
That look cool.
You're white. So, if I'm, do
No,
I
hang
have
on.
permission to move you?
Pink was the one that I threw. Oh, that's pink.
Yes. Provided you don't assume
One.
my gender.
2, 3.
Sure.
How many moves can you do?
4 actions.
So my turn will clear all those.
And
How many
then I
actions do you
can-
get for you?
Yeah. I can also fly to San Fran, so I could fly over to there as well.
Hmm.
And then leave these two to get their extra
Or
action.
you could just move straight to there, and then you don't have to burn a blue
Well,
card.
But then
I
he's got to
don't-
go
I
1,
don't
2
have
to
to
get
spend
there.
cards,
Oh,
And then he's got to
Yeah.
go 1, 2 to get
so
there.
I can just fly there
oh yeah.
Good trick.
without having to spend it.
For shizzle nizzle.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Cool.
Good idea.
Got everyone in position.
In position.
Right. So then
How do we know
I.
what colour we are?
What was the order?
You're brown, based off of the outside of your card.
What's the order? Okay, draw 2 cards of these. Baghdad and St. Petersburg. Cool. So we've got a little bit of blue and oh, sorry.
Well, no one can see him. Yeah. That's
No one can see the screen. Oh,
I can't see mine either. 'cause the board's
That's
too
why
big.
we got this
Cool.
here.
all right.
It was an oversight,
Um,
right? I would have put it there, but I forgot.
Okay. And then these. So we got 2 of those at the moment. Yep.
Mhm.
So we have 1 in Chennai.
We didn't have to put this anywhere, did we?
That's just 1 cube, yeah. Chendog. Where's Chendog?
Chennai.
What's up?
Did you read all the steps?
What was that marker for?
Well, this was what went on, like the number 2, to remind us of something.
Oh, that's right.
There's
Wasn't
no,
that because of an objective or something?
yeah, maybe.
There's nothing in the setup that wasn't in the setup.
Oh, yeah. Alright. So you're done?
Did I do the second one? Or was that the first?
Channel was
That was the
first.
first one.
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
Down here. Yeah, whatever.
Yellow.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
May I please have your yellow card?
Sure.
Thank you.
Now, did we do this right last time? Remember there was something about because we were going to do it wrong with the what cards you can take.
Yes, you have to
No.
be in the same city to receive
Unless you're
or
Joel.
give. There's something weird about
You may give any one of your cards
Give.
when you share knowledge.
It was receive you couldn't or something, was
If need not much, a player who shares knowledge with you on their turn can take any one of your city cards.
it? But then you've got the family ability too, yeah?
No, that's nothing to do with that.
Oh, you get an extra move.
Just get an extra
May
action if
give
we start in
anyone-
the same. So you get an extra move because we started in the same city.
Or do I just give it to him then?
Yeah. I
Hey, what do
don't
we
think you can take from
You
him.
may give any one of your cards
We
when
have
you
cities
share
on there.
knowledge. It need not match your city.
A player who shares knowledge with you on their turn can take any one of yours, but you can't take any one of
Okay.
theirs.
Alright, well I'll
Because
give
that's
them
what
to
we-
you then. That makes sense because you are the researcher.
Not the
no.
actor. You've got an extra move because we started in the same city.
Yeah.
So
So that was
that
me
was
one.
freebie.
That's your free
Yeah.
one.
Free buy.
Free buy.
1, 2,
Treaty 4.
Yep.
Chet Chattington.
2 of these.
Oh.
And 2 of these. We have Chicago, blue. And Bangkok, red.
Bangkok. Filth of the East. Ice, 2-2.
Cool. And now it is you.
Okay. I'll treat 1.
Huh?
Treat 2. Treat 3.
Couldn't you only do that once? Yeah, from another city thing?
Oh yeah, once per turn.
Yes.
Well played. So I'm actually, that's 1-2 turns.
Yep. And that's fine, leaving the one in New York, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah. Just working out what to do now then.
What colour cards have you got? Red.
I need
She's
5
got
of these
one.
now.
Yeah. So we've got 4 blacks already. We just need to be able to get them all in. Oh, we can't kill
We
the
need
black
5.
anyway.
And
We
we
can't,
need 5.
but we can't kill the
Yeah.
black anyway. So
Just spend them.
these cards are just moving.
And I've also got forecast, just so everyone knows, so I can look at the top 6 cards
Sweet.
at any time.
So we can do that
Play at any
when
time,
we get an
not next.
epidemic and shuffle those back in. We can look at
The
the,
minute-
top 6,
Well, yeah, at any time I can.
and you can reorder them, yeah, or just look.
Look and rearrange the top 6 cards.
So you can. So when we get the top 6, you can
Yeah.
look at them and then put
Work out
the
the best
worst
order.
ones
On top.
So,
Sabotage. Our containment specialist is going rogue.
the other thing I could do, I could head to Tokyo and get a research station there, which I guess would be one thing that I could think about doing in the
You
next
move
turn.
directly between them, can't
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
would
that might be
open the
cool.
board up. But you probably want something like here, Hong Kong or Taipei, really.
you? That's only like 1, 2, 3 away.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's most of a turn
Yeah.
to get between them. So it'll mean you can do it in 1 and then have
Yeah.
two extra up your sleeve.
You can't build it in
Oh.
Tokyo anyway, and you can't fly there
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh. Well, in that
because
case,
it's rioting.
where am I most useful? I reckon if I just keep going this way, I can get to what here, which will then mean
Yeah, well, you can't do
Through
anything
forward
about the
there.
blacks in the middle there
I can't
anyway.
really get
so
through there, and without a research station, doesn't make sense. So it does make sense to go about here, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Ontario. Or is it better to go Washington?
No.
Just
Cool.
Cool.
So 2 of
Let's
those.
do those, please.
Dun,
Oh.
dun, dun.
Do we resolve that first, yeah?
Yeah.
Before he gets his second card.
Just on the off chance that
Because
the
it could
second
be another one.
Another one.
There you go. You can-
increase.
Dun, dun, dun.
In
Take
fact-
the bottom one first, then put 3
No,
on.
we're going through it. Lima beans.
Limo.
Now, does that go back into the
Yeah, that
onto
was,
the discard and then gets shuffled back
Discard.
in?
No, it says discard it.
that will stay there now.
Oh, so it gets discarded before you shuffle them in?
That's what it says.
Yeah, so in the deck now.
We don't have any 3s, do we? So we don't really. Oh, we got Lima, but we don't really care if that outbreaks too much. Compared to, it's not going
Let's
to.
go on 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, but it's not cascading.
No.
It doesn't have any 3s around it. All right.
And it really does raise the panic level there.
I don't like that they go back.
That's the point.
Hop into bed, and if you do not go to sleep, you're going back to your bed. Okay?
Mum's laying there. All right.
So you need to now draw the top.
No, did you get
2.
another one of those?
Well, this
No,
is still
this is
part
still
of this.
part. Karachi. So they get 1.
Oh, is it part of that? No. Shuffle there, put them on top, so then you get your extra card.
Okay. And then
And now you do your exact step.
Taipei.
Yeah. So
And then Karachi.
Oh, it's a 3 there.
It's a 3 of them.
and a black.
San Fran. 3. Not so bad.
You need to get over there pronto.
I
No,
can
he
just
can do
fix it.
One of his.
Oh,
without
yes.
doing anything.
But, well, that's at least one of my actions, but do I want to go over there first?
You get a free one because you started the
Yeah.
turn.
No,
Do I want to put?
starting his turn.
Do I want to drop a quarantine over there?
Oh, it's starting his turn.
If you start your turn in the same city
Your
as
turn.
your family member,
Yeah, okay.
Ah,
so
so I don't get a bonus.
you don't get a bonus unless you're starting here as well.
Okay.
So we're going to have to try and
Yeah.
get you both to move to the same spots, essentially.
Or stay
Well, we
in
just
the-
have
Somehow.
to stay in the same spot all the time. But not shit.
Well, only if you want the extra move.
Yeah. Well, if one of us needs,
You
an
can
extra
plan
spot.
to stay in the same area and then.
You're going to take the day off tomorrow to deal with that?
Huh?
No, of course not.
So, do I want to? Do I want to put one of these somewhere, like over here somewhere, or like one of those trees maybe, and then move over here and drop on there as well?
Alright.
Or do I want to go over here and just try to do all the blacks?
I feel like all the blacks is probably the best bet.
Just to
Considering we cannot do anything about them, it
Yeah.
feels like that's probably the most important. And if you can potentially, well, it's going to take all of your actions essentially, but if you can get onto that black and stay there, then it means at least for the next round, if we do get another close epidemic and that black one goes back on,
Yeah.
Well, if you just put a quarantine marker on it,
yeah. But if he stays on it as well, then we won't have to lose the quarantine marker the first time it comes, because that's only just gone on. If we get another epidemic soon, then we wouldn't have to lose the quarantine marker straight away. Because it costs us an action each time we want to put it back on.
I could.
And we know from this point forward, this is always going to have 3 on it.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it. So every time we get an epidemic, we need to redo the quarantine marker here.
Yeah. So I could go there and drop one, or I could
No,
drop.
don't you have the special action where you can just put one?
Yeah.
There's still an action. But yeah, if I sit on it,
Then we
Can't be
won't
lost.
you don't lose the quarantine marker.
Okay. So you're
But then I
saying use
suppose
that
that-
one to do Lima or something?
or I could like drop one there and then drop one there. Not that that really does much.
Where is it? Karachi.
so did that one just come out?
Yeah.
Hang on. So is the other
Part of
thing?
the epidemic.
Could the other thing you
First
do
one was
is you can
correct.
drop one there, drop one where you are, then move, and then drop another one. And then what happens when you get?
There's no need to put one here though, because there's no card out yet for that.
No, but I mean, he could essentially just do that every move, just move and drop 2 or 3 every turn, instead of patch up the blacks a bit. But what happens? So every time an epidemic comes out, they all come off.
No, each
on-
time
if it
you go
gets
to
put
put
on.
a
Cube.
cube on it, instead of
Oh.
putting a cube on, you take the token off.
Ah.
But if
instead.
I'm sitting on
so
it,
it's gotta
you
be
just
dropped.
don't put cubes on and that stays. So
But if you put one of those on there now,
Hmm.
it's only ever going to come up once.
Until the next time.
then I can just put one
But
back.
it will
again.
stop the outbreak. is
It'll
the main
stop
thing.
it the first time, yeah,
Yeah.
but then we'd have to put it back on again.
But that's all right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
it stops an outbreak.
that's-
I think that's probably worthwhile. If that next card is another epidemic, and those get shuffled back.
Well,
on the
that's
top,
going there. However I do it, it's going on there.
It's just whether you use 1, 2, 3 moves to get there,
Yeah.
and that'd
Or
be
if
your
I just
4.
go
I suppose
1,
And then you've got
like 2, 3, 4.
you kind of. Well, I guess it stops blacks getting on the board, doesn't it?
well, you may as well, because then that way they can just be put. Because if you ever run out, you just take them off somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, you're only ever going to be covering blacks in this round, really.
we are going to be where, what were we, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so 14? Oh no, you didn't draw any, so 12 or so are already in there. So we know that the only blacks coming out for the next 12 cards are these ones.
Sit back down, mate.
So they're going to be there for a long time if we ever get down to past 12 of those.
So you're saying it'd be better
Between
for him to
epidemics.
move his way down to those other blacks to start putting.
Because they're not going to be useful until
So
we get way down
that's
here.
3 moves. So
which
you could
may
go
not
1
happen.
there, and then 1, 2, 3, and then Dell, I suppose.
And just sit there.
Yeah,
Sit there and then put the thing on the next round.
But I can put a thing on the next round anyway.
yeah. But
Then I
next
can put it
round, you
there,
could put one
one
here,
there,
move here,
yeah,
put another one,
yeah.
and then you've got an action free to put it anywhere else.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because
That's going to be a long time before we get any others that aren't already on the board.
this
Because we've got,
this one was one of the first ones, though, wasn't it? That's was one of the ones that's on top. And this as well. I think.
well, yeah, but they were all shuffled. They were all shuffled together, though.
Yeah, but they're not
Because it's
necessarily
not-
in this little bit here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have to have been
Yeah.
Red.
to have a cube on there now. They have to have been a card come out at some point.
It wasn't that what, like when we just started? But,
Yeah, but they've all been shuffled back on top.
oh, did they?
Yeah, they were in the. They go to the
Oh,
discard,
yeah.
so they all get
Okay,
shuffled.
yep.
So that's what I'm saying. There's like 12 cards there
Yeah.
before we get
Hey,
to new ones.
Hey, Bird Monkey.
I'm done.
He is, what, 30?
You're up in.
Wait. We all got a turn
Ready, yeah?
and we didn't finish yet.
We
Oh, you
did.
got to draw off the two.
We did.
cards.
Did you draw? Yeah, draw two of these,
Maybe.
and yeah,
Maybe I was premature there. Nope. Right. Oh, 3 yellow.
nice. Get another
Let's draw
yellow.
one now. Yes.
Nice. One yellow
what?
over there, and two of those.
What happens when we totally eradicate a disease?
One on
Does that
each.
give us something? going forward?
Chicago.
So blue on Chicago.
Don't think so, no. Not
We've
going.
eradicated it from the world. They're happy to give us extra mutations that carry through. But
Well, you've eradicated it for that month. And
Lima?
then some other jerk.
No.
who, you
Was
know,
it Lima?
Yeah.
maybe.
So we need those stickers out, and there's 4 yellows going on.
Is it a 1?
Did you get an epidemic?
2,
Oh no, I got a Lima.
3, 4. So we did. Yep, move that one.
Good one.
What were you thinking?
Okay. Alright, wanna go?
Yes.
What do we want to do with these cards? So I can take any cards from you, can't I?
Yeah, but why would you want to take blacks? You
That's
can't do
right.
anything with them.
That is right. Except potentially flying people.
These ones have to go.
Cool. So is there Denoga? That spike of static sound. I'm only getting it on this stream. Have we got anyone else watching who's getting a spike? Okay. Good timing. I'm
Maybe
going to
that was him.
use one to remove the blue.
Could just be our pathetic marks.
I'm wondering whether I remove another blue. Is there anywhere anyone wants me to move them?
Ah,
I'm good.
Yeah, it's probably just our horrible marks.
would you like to move me to Lima so I can piss off the yellows? Would that be worthwhile?
We don't want another one to go down there. But we haven't had an epidemic.
So I can get you to Pagoda. That's as far as I can get you.
What colour are you?
How's that?
You're white.
Oh, you can't move me to anywhere.
1, 2, 3.
No, well, not without the card. So I can fly people to where the cards are,
Oh.
but I have to use the cards I've got.
Oh, okay.
Or I can fly you to each other, and I can fly you to the research stations.
Sit down.
So I've removed one blue cube, so I've got 3 actions left. Do you want an extra turn? Do you want to move you to
Where's
Stu?
the Stew Master?
So he's up here. Although it doesn't really. Where would you go then?
What do you got, San Fran?
Yep.
What's the other one?
St. Petersburg.
San Fran. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So St. Petersburg's up here.
Yeah, I was thinking more about
Down there, yeah.
down there. No, I'm good.
Alright, in that case, I will move 1, 2, 3. Cool.
That's your 4?
Yep, because I removed one blue from
Oh, yeah.
St. Francis.
Has anyone got a yellow
as
card?
well. Just you. Karachi and Harris. So we're not too far off blue either. Yep, and we need 2 of those. Delhi.
Dilrest.
Now, damn it.
It's on you.
And next one. Buenos Aires.
I should have put that somewhere. Oh, no, because we could have done that.
So down here.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
2 reds over there too. So 4. Yep, 2 of those.
Hey!
So blue.
Come on, hop into bed,
So
mate.
I need a blue token on
Have you still got
Paris.
those cubes?
Do you want to grab us a blue cube? Yeah, Paris.
Happy.
Okay. Say goodnight.
And
No,
one on New York.
Yeah. New York. New York.
Alright. That was his infect, so you'll go.
I go.
Yep.
So Joel's done his busy. 1, 2.
Oh, you can put all of them, can you? Amazing.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
Yeah. And then,
It's one of these.
Ooh, yellow.
Saint Diego.
No yellow.
So,
how do I
one
get
to
them?
give him? You have to be both on the same city.
what colour are you?
Black, brown. I like those.
What do you got? And have you got any special abilities to receive cards or not?
No.
That's
I can
Joel.
just put quarantine things anywhere. Alright, so
And yep, those. So 2.
Kinshara.
How is that?
And solid.
Red.
Oh shit.
Number 3. Okay.
I could go. That's my own A.
Yep.
I could go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
2 cards?
There's no way I could have gotten one of those, is there?
No, but
No, but I'm not going
I can potentially move you guys
close together.
together.
can you move one of us to one person's location and then one together?
I can move
Both of us
one
to
of
like
you,
one of these.
yeah, and both of you to the same location.
But
So one of you
you can't
to
move us
the
both
other.
to say a player's location.
Yeah. So I can move you to someone else's location.
So you're pink, for instance.
Yep.
So you could say
we haven't done these yet.
no, but for instance, you could move to Mexico, which the card I have, and
Oh, come on.
oh, you got one. There you go. Now you got to get to a research station.
Yeah.
So you should.
Epidemic?
You can
So I
move.
can move to.
Oh, yeah, bastard. Why are you gonna? Why are you gonna? DEFCON 5.
We're not doing too bad.
Well, this is
Mexico
good at
City.
least.
But,
We're just talking about.
ah,
So how- So does that mean 3?
Mexico.
So that's
Just
instant
outbreak.
outbreak.
Yeah.
So sticker in.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She's lucky you took wasn't it?
Yeah. And this goes up a level.
Sweet. And take those, shuffle them, and put them back on top.
Before we pull.
I could
well,
potentially eradicate yellow from the board if we get a kill for it.
I can do it.
Yeah, if you kill it, I can potentially eradicate
What
it.
sort- what sort-
But that doesn't play forward. If it gets eradicated, we don't get a bonus or anything.
You get to, I think you get to
Name it, maybe?
name it if you eradicate it. I think is the only.
Shotgun naming if I can eradicate it.
Oh, do you want to pass me the book?
Alright, we ready? How many do we pull off? Just the two, or we do
so-
extras?
Should we bump that?
This goes up as well, I guess.
Yep.
So still
So
two.
There's not extras because of that, but
No.
no.
No, that is.
Paddy.
That's not so bad.
So, oh no. Oh no, that's fine.
Oh, it's gonna do that. Yeah, cool. Lucky we did that.
Very lucky. Do that one.
Wow. So the infection, the quarantine's working already. Stopped
That
one.
would have stopped the outbreak, yeah.
Okay.
I like quarantine.
So my go, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. So I need to get you to a research station. As if it were yours. Now you can move from a city with a research station to another city that has a research station. So I can't fly you directly to a research station. But what is the reason? It's in Istanbul. I can fly you to Baghdad and then move you in
It's Baghdad.
right next to it. So I can go,
How
I can
can
go
you fly-
Cairo, Baghdad, or
Oh, 'cause you've
Karachi.
got black one. Oh, and you can, there's no reason not to use the black one.
Can't you move him direct to a research station though?
No, only if he's in a research station. Or
Oh, right.
Yeah, do that, because then
what's the other one? Atlanta, so I can get you over there as well.
we keep the blue cards and use the black ones because there's no point.
I
in
don't
putting lots of
discard
black
them,
ones.
so I can
Oh,
fly you to any ones I've got.
Yeah.
So that'd be 2 actions to get you there, and I kind of want to get blue card off Joel and potentially get a red to Joe.
Not dual bob.
But
So
we need to be in
The
same
beauty is
place.
once yellow gets treated, you can essentially move around the board, and the minute I touch a city, I treat it. So without even being my turn, you can use me to treat stuff as well.
Mhm.
Once it's cured. So we have potential to eradicate yellow, which
That's good.
just hopefully Joel can tell me that gives us more than being able to call it feline AIDS or something.
Pretty sure it's just a naming it, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know where it is, but
Space AIDS.
And doesn't it mean that it doesn't, like, you can't bring it back on the board then? Like if you get a
yeah,
yellow
if a
card,
yellow
it just
card
doesn't-
comes out for
It's
this game,
free
it
card.
won't come out.
Yeah,
Which takes a lot of pressure off.
it does. There's a few cities there that have got yellows on them now.
Yeah.
But
I can sort of go 1, 2.
at the same time, we want to try and treat,
Other things.
we want to cure
Yeah.
the other 2.
Yeah, if it's
Um,
cured, my ability is actually just go around smashing to the board.
Yeah. So if I fly
Dual bob.
Stu's character,
Dual bob.
Jill Bob, are you happy for me to move you?
Let me think. Yeah.
So I can move you, doesn't matter which one because I've got the cards for them, just so that people can see them. So I'll fly you to Cairo and then up to Istanbul.
2.
That's 2.
Now treat one with me.
What else? Want to probably. When did Mexico's back in there again already, isn't it?
Mhm.
So
Mexico has the
Oh,
AIDS.
jeez.
probably want to get.
You can put Joel on there so he can just.
I can only get him there.
Oh, the other one I can forecast, and we can rig the deck so Mexico doesn't come out.
We have to
If there's a
remember
better-
about the scars too. Not that we've had any, but
Oh, if you're in a city that out.
Or we can skip the next
Yeah.
infect city step.
That could be useful, especially if we find that you're.
Does that outbreak?
one's gonna. No,
No,
only
it's
if
gonna be 3
Oh, that'd
the
work
same
well,
colour.
wouldn't it? If we knew where it was and then just skip it. But then it's still going to come out, isn't it?
still come out the next
Still
turn.
look at
As long as it gets to me, I can.
Yeah.
Another round.
Because I
But
was
we can
thinking I
use
can
this
try and
potentially
move
at the
Joe.
bottom of 16, that
Who's
gives you
white?
potentially
So
3 rounds.
I might move Joe up to Mexico.
Yep.
It's helping us deal with that, but it's not helping us get the cards we need to cure.
How can you move Joe to Mexico?
Because you can just
Just
move
one,
there, so
two.
it's a normal
Oh,
action.
yeah. Okay.
You may
That's
touch me
probably the
above
best
the
option.
shoulders.
1, 2. Cool. And then what was the hand limit? 7. Discard to 7. Cool. So I discard 1.
You can discard yellow or black, I guess. Discard black.
Yellow's good for flying.
those
Probably
are close
those are
together.
right next to each other.
Yeah.
So it's
Baghdad or
Karachi.
Cairo.
Where's Moscow at the
Just
top there? So I might get rid of the one in the middle with
If only you
Baghdad.
could cure black. So black's going to be
Baghdad.
just a long-term pain in our ass, isn't it? Well, the other one is we should be thinking about for next game where we might want to also build a research station to carry through.
Mhm.
I would sort of say Taipei, Hong Kong, Ho Chi Minh would be the
I reckon Ho Chi
the
Minh
three.
sounds
I've
alright.
got Taipei, so I can potentially fly to Tokyo and then get to Taipei and make a research station.
Once we're under control.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Once things are,
Calm
but it'd be
down.
good to set that up for the
Is it me?
next game.
I'm gonna do this. Sorry. Karachi. There.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
And New York.
Gee, I wonder what I'll do next time.
Alright, so I'm flying to Calcutta.
Just me. Should I go over here and do something about this? I can't do it.
How many moves you got?
2.
You go
Guns
one,
and
two.
steel.
Can't do it. I can just dump one. I'm done with that.
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah. And then you got one more move again.
And
Still
then-
feel like there's a few cards to get through before we get back to new cards, so I don't think Istanbul's in danger at all.
Yeah.
What else has come out in the blacks? Has there been anything around there that's come out that's been cured?
No, can't.
Nothing we can get to.
Nothing. We can't do it.
So,
No, I mean, that's right, of course.
yeah,
I could go towards this too.
kind of been lucky. There's been
I could go up here and do something next.
Yeah, do that. Prop on Paris.
Tough luck, Joe.
Yeah.
Hong Kong. Who ready?
Honkers. Don't you dare get it.
Oh, you fucker. And are you gonna give me a bloody scar? I
Hang on.
betcha.
Okay.
A what?
A scar.
How come? Oh,
Can we
because
not
you
quite
want
night?
Hey?
Oh, do you want one quite night?
skip the next infix. Yes.
Well, you have to do
You still have to do the bottom one,
still have to do the
and you still have to shuffle these in.
Type A. Type A
Give us,
3.
3 type A here. And then potentially, now they've shuffled in, we could use your other one to look at the top 6.
Is it worth it? Are we in a position? Would it
Well-
be better to save it when we're more down to the wire?
Well, we know both of these are in there. We know type A is in there. How many are there? Like, there's
Leave us
probably
there.
only about. And we're going 3 at a time now.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards.
So out of those,
There's
three
third a chance.
of them.
For one outbreak though. That's what I mean. Is it worth using
Well, that
off?
would be a double.
That would be a double, yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether it's worth
I
it.
feel like it because if
Well, the other one
if
is we're skipping.
We could, if
We're
we go
skipping
3
this
cards, we
infect
could go 3 cards and go
stage.
bang, bang, bang.
So actually, we're skipping the infect stage. So
Well,
just
See,
wait.
but if I spend my turn
Then
now,
we spend you clean one thing off.
but if I do that,
Hmm.
I'm not getting cards, right? And he has 2 blues that we need.
No, but you can just take one off, can't you? And then you've still got 3 turns.
Yeah, but I need
2,
2,
3.
3 to
Get a card.
take the card. But then I can't go anywhere. So I'm still not near the station to be able to
you
actually.
actually just take one of these off. Wouldn't you? Well, you take one off first.
No, well, it'd be
Well,
it'd be cure 1 there and then take the.
I don't mind using
I can
this.
only take 1 card though.
Yeah.
So I need to use all 4 turns to get there and take both cards.
Okay.
But then I can't move,
So,
so it's still got to
so
be
if we
next
use
turn to
forecast, we can read the deck so you can do that. Does that sound like a good idea?
get- I feel like it is, because then we only need
That's good enough for me.
the reds over there,
That was the top 6, isn't it?
because it's 3 at a time now. Too.
Oh, God help you that it isn't. They aren't all good. What are we looking for? San Fran.
Type A.
So New York was the first one. Type A was the second.
Ooh.
Seoul was the third. Paris, Lima, and Chicago. So we're actually in the clear. But
Hang on, no, this type A.
no, I said we were in the clear as far as getting double outbreak.
Oh, yeah.
So we put Type A on the bottom. What's the next worst? Chicago. Oh, Chicago's it. Oh, no,
Chicago's
Chicago's
terrible.
the
That-
double.
That should go on the bottom.
Okay, so Chicago's the very bottom. Lima is 2, so that can go next. Paris is 2 or 3? 2. That can go next.
Well, I'm going to take one
Seoul
of
has got 2. Yeah, we'll same with Joel. He'll take it up before you. And then New York has none, so it can go on top. Okay.
So do we want to?
Okay, Ben, grab your card. Yeah, and quite not do
Do
that.
we
as well.
want to do this as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or do we?
Alright.
Give us an extra.
Do we?
Yeah.
Because all we're getting is New York and Paris.
Yeah, but
New York
then the
gets
end
one,
of my
Paris gets
turn,
one.
then we would get the
Yeah,
others.
then I can do it at the end of your turn.
The other 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we've got to skip.
Oh,
this
it's
one
3
next
again, isn't
time,
it?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
So
No, that's a good idea. Yes.
I'm going
You want to take
1,
one off?
2,
3, 4, 2 cards.
Oh,
3, 4.
thank you. I'm
Mhm.
going
Need to get to the research station.
Have you got a black card that gets you anywhere near it?
Discard.
Oh, Moscow.
There I need to discard.
Yeah, so
So
his
I can
next
pick
turn.
2
you
and then
potentially
choose which ones to discard.
Discuss
So
the
that's
rules.
my 4. So now I go 1,
I
2.
read. Back. Your hand limit applies immediately after getting a card from
Mhm.
another player.
Cool.
Overlooked rules.
Get rid
Keep
of one of the
Moscow.
blues because you got most of them.
Keep Moscow because it's connected to Istanbul. Keep that one. So you can get to a research station easily.
So get rid of.
Yeah, yellow's cured. You probably won't use it.
Although, where is Pagoda?
Istanbul and Pagoda.
There.
Just
2.
somewhere
No,
in the
so it's
middle.
still 2 away.
Middle of yellow.
There. Get rid of that and
Where's Karachi?
that one.
Cairo. Well, Cairo's next to Istanbul as well.
Where's
so-
Karachi?
Where's Karachi? That's here. This is the 3-point. Yeah, get rid of Karachi because you're never going to have to go to Karachi because you can't take anything off. Whereas Moscow and Cairo give you a 1 step back to the
Cool.
thing. Cool.
And then I've got the new 2
Yeah,
anyway.
flip them, but not of Epidemicist.
Actually, I wouldn't know. Oh, get fucked. Ha 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 ha.
Now what we've got it at Atlanta, so I still can't get directly there.
If you can get within one, you can get to Washington.
If I can keep that one to get people there, well, either of those two really.
San Fran and yeah. You've got no
I'm trying
maps,
to
though,
wave
do you?
them away.
Oh, we
Maybe
lost
I
the
just
camera feed before.
Get rid of that.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
And
That's right. I can actually clear those two in the next round.
That's got objective.
Cure 3 disease.
Easy.
cool.
Alright, Jill.
Now I need to do this.
3.
New York.
Hang on, didn't we quiet night?
That was no.
Oh, that was the
No,
previous one.
that was Stu's.
Stu Sol.
And then I took my
wow.
turn straight away. Seoul and
Oh,
Paris. So now we know that after Joel's turn, we've got, what was it, Taipei and Chicago?
So we fucked.
Taipei we can probably leave, but
Oh.
Chicago we don't want to go off.
Okay, hang
so
on.
if you get over there,
Oh, he can get over there. Can he? Get
Yes.
the other way. Or he
and
could just.
cure one.
Or the other one. He could just get one off San Francisco so it doesn't double outbreak.
Yeah, but why get one when we don't
No, he
have
could
to?
potentially pull or pull. Yeah. Yeah, true.
He needs 1, 2, 3 to get to Chicago.
Oh, it's 3 to share. Yeah, okay. You can do that then.
Oh, yeah, because he's got to go through Tokyo.
Take one for the team.
1, 2. Well, you can just take 2 off San Francisco.
No, then we still get one outbreak. He goes to the other one, takes 1 cube. Off
And if you
Chicago.
are over
It
there,
stops an
then
outbreak.
it does mean that Joe can get right next to you to get your red card. So he's one off the red, and he's right next to the
Actually,
research
and I will
station.
get here because I can flick them in my turn and get the red.
Can I give you this
1,
on
2,
your way out?
take 3, 4, 3, 4,
Just a parcel.
and then it'll be Joel's turn again. What cards have you got? Miller Rider. Oh, you got Istanbul, so you could go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but it's
That's
the
start.
same.
1.
I was just looking at it, I was like, ooh, that would be cool. Let's do that just for the shits and giggles.
1.
Is that a?
It's a direct flight or whatever it is.
Through the other one.
Yeah, not for the other.
Yeah, right, actually.
Already. Oh, that's
My
enough.
bag?
Can you steal 2 cards on your turn?
No, I won't have enough turns to stop hell.
Okay.
And we could do that.
You got
Boom!
Lima.
Means
We can deal with that one.
today's
Okay.
outbreak.
So we need a sticker, which I think is behind the box there, Joe.
What number?
No. 2,
What number sticker?
3, and 4.
1.
And
yeah, 1.
Yes.
Where's it go?
Yeah. Yep. And last card. Chicago.
Shit cargo.
Just in case it had changed.
Ah.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You don't want a red card? A red card?
Feel like red card, because then we can cure on your. I get to a station cure. You get to a station cure. Done.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Rather than any. Take.
Well, there was a. Oh yeah, there was 3
3
on
and
there.
3.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2 to get there. Was it or was it 1? No,
Does
one,
it
two,
mean
two.
we do we have to cure it? Do we have to actually get rid
No,
of
let's
it?
say
Need
we-
to cure.
1, 2. So I could 3/4 take 2, and then my neck, and then you could potentially move me to a research station.
If I can get to a research station cure,
How many outbreaks we got? Oh, I've got a 3 up our sleeve. Oh, yeah, do it. Let's live on the edge. Shame we don't have any bonus cards.
Can you take
Well,
both? On 2 moves. 1, 2.
1,
Yeah.
2. And then
Yep.
pass me the hell card. No, David. Yes. Resilient population. Remove any one card in the infection discard pile from the game. Place it blah blah blah.
Chicago.
Yep, piss it off.
Got it now.
Where are we putting it?
Trade.
Goes in discard pile.
I'll just start
Oh, yeah.
with that one.
That one's set aside. How many cards am I meant to be holding?
7.
So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 2. Madrid might be useful. Where's Khartoum? Santiago, I won't.
You
move.
can't fly to Khartoum
I can't fly to Khartoum. Oh, actually, next
because it's
right.
riding.
Khartoum.
Well, that means Chicago can never outbreak again.
Not in this game.
Mm.
Well, it can go via San Fran, which may come up now.
Oh, yeah.
But
Ready?
so we've got the 3.
Frank.
Is it?
Ah!
This might backfire on us big time.
Why didn't you just clear those 2?
Fuck off.
Oh shit! All right, so this one goes. So we need 4 kids. Wow.
Hang on. One.
Yeah.
And then Manila and Tokyo, please.
Tokyo, Manila.
And then 1 goes there, but that just outbreaks.
So a sticker on here, and that ups that by 1.
It's a 1, isn't it? 1 sticker.
On the other side where the
Right,
box
there it
is there. Yep. And then this one outbreaks, doesn't go back here,
And
so
now-
we need 1, 2, 3,
Oh, it's just a
4.
1 too.
Did we lose it?
No,
We're losing it.
we've got 2 more outbreaks.
Sticker?
But we only need to get to Joe's turn, and we've got the cards.
So we're just going to survive.
As in, he's already got the cards. We took the cards instead of clearing those 2.
Which was a
And
great
then we
idea.
removed Chicago from the discard with one of his pickups. So we just need to get back to his turn.
So,
His turn is now.
mine.
So we know Chicago
Hang
can't.
on, hang on, hang on.
So you
So you
chuck your
can
thing
put
over
a
there.
quarantine there.
Yeah.
Hang on. He's on Paris, and Paris is yet to come out.
Yep.
Well, I can remove some
That's what I'm
stuff.
saying. You should remove a
Yeah.
cube as one action.
Yeah. So,
And then.
1, 2.
Yep.
Where's Hong Kong?
I can't. Oh, I can fly. 4, 3.
Is there anything if you're in a city when it outbreaks? Does it do anything?
I thought it
Oh, hang
would
on.
give you scars or something.
Hang on, hang on,
If
hang on,
it
hang on.
outbreaks,
Hang on.
you're in there,
2 of us were in the city when it outbroke.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Yes.
What are you doing?
So,
Okay, we can bring it back into the real life.
what does that mean? Scars on both of us.
Yeah.
Good question. Book.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not fluid for me.
Should I just get rid of those 2?
Hang on, hang on. Yeah, it might be. I think you. Unless you go to Hong Kong.
Doesn't matter, does it?
Putting you in Hong Kong might actually be a good idea. Take 1 off and then fly to Hong Kong, and then at least you're in that area to treat a couple more things.
Should I do something?
Character standing in the outbreak city receive a scar.
Just
Just
a
go to
bad
Hong
bit.
Kong. Yeah.
Or I could move to there, but then that sounds dangerous. I won't do that.
Actually, and that yellow immediately comes off. 'Cause
All it
I can
says
do
is
that.
you receive a scar.
what exactly does the scar do? Where? Oh, the
Has
scars
a
you got to choose, don't you? Scars. Here you go. Ah, yes. Okay, so
You
this
pick
is
one.
this is your pick one.
Or do you just take the first one?
Character you have more than one of the same scar. Character gain a scar if you're in a city when it outbreaks. A character can have more than one scar of the same scar. If a character gains a scar but does not have room for it, the character is lost. Okay, so the First one's a lose one hand limit. You need one extra card to cure a disease. I don't want that one. Fear of small planes. Discard a card to use the shuttle flight action. Oh, okay, so we're going between the research stations.
Doesn't sound that bad.
Obsessed. You end your turn with an even number of cards in your hand. You have to discard one.
If you got old ones.
Yep. PTSD. Lose an action if you start your turn in the region where you got this scar.
How do you know that?
Well, that's the blue region or the yellow region one. It says region. You can-
Oh, you're right.
Discard a card every time you leave a city with 3 cubes of the same colour.
You should never be leaving cities with 3.
I should never, should I?
No, you should have that.
I don't think you should ever be leaving a city with 3 cubes.
No,
in it.
because you can cure them all.
You got a scar.
Yeah. Who else got a scar?
Sure.
Me.
So,
Pick your
I
scar.
think one less card limit maybe.
No, because he gives people cards.
Mm.
It's good for them to have cards.
Damn, I got. Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Discard one card every time an epidemic is revealed.
Every time an epidemic. That's so often.
Yeah.
It's like 7.
Times a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better just
Well,
If
less
we get
than.
there.
isn't it just better if you leave a city that's got 3 things or something like that, or you discard a card to fly between research stations? Wouldn't that be better? The plane shy or scared of small planes.
Alright.
So just
Sure. Put it out there.
But I've always got an abundance of cards that I'm not using.
But if you got the right ones, you can give them to
yeah,
anyone.
but you might as well discard less than you're not flying 7 times between research stations. And if you're the card giver, it helps have an abundance potentially.
And we're taking. You don't have. Yeah, we're taking them from you as
That's
well. So.
Who hurt you, Joel?
Show me on the dough.
Who was it?
Alright. So,
It wasn't me.
Stu.
what have you done so far, Stu? You've done 2 things. No,
Yeah.
didn't you? You chucked one of the thingos over there. Quarantine.
On my
over there.
move. Yeah, I did. I finished my turn. I chucked a quarantine there. I removed one from there. Then I
Flew to here.
flew to here and I moved one.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
could have dropped this instead.
Probably better than removing 1 cube. Well,
Because
It's the
then
same,
if it,
really, isn't it?
well, there's only going to be one put on there anyway, isn't it?
So we still haven't killed blue.
So now
no,
Ben can
it's
do
my
it.
turn.
That's my turn. So
Yep.
epidemic.
How many epidemics have we been through? 4. Shangers.
3?
3. And there will be another one soon.
Gee. Let's get him back on there pretty soon. Kinshasa.
That's alright.
Kinshasa.
Lima.
Delhi.
Fuck off, Delhi. Just take off the outbreak.
This is
Okay. Now I need to get to a research station, so I can go to either one really.
Hang on, how many actions you got?
4.
Where's Moscow?
Yeah, so I can fly there,
Then
here,
Okay.
cure, and
Can
then I have
you-
1 left to
can you-
move Joe in to be able to cure on his turn.
Can't he do that himself?
Yeah, you could move on.
Probably could.
Can you put down a quarantine on
Oh,
where
yeah.
you are?
Yes.
Which colour are you?
Yeah.
You can just remove
Oh, perfect. Joel, the thinking man.
them. No, either way, I guess. Quarantine or remove them. One.
And then I need to fly. So do I want to be
Doesn't matter.
there or I'm going over
You're not
to
going to get another turn.
I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it?
So that's 1, and then 2 is the flight, 3 is the move. Have you got a later? You don't. Do you want to be in blue or do you want to be in the black area? Is the question, I suppose.
Black's probably further away from everything, isn't it?
Black, you can help drop quarantines if we like. I don't
Yeah.
know why that would happen.
Blue, I suppose, is better to deal with outbreaks. It's not going to matter too much.
I don't think you're going to get another turn, eh?
Not if it gets to my
Hopefully
turn.
not. No.
There's no reason you would.
Hang on.
Either we
Wait,
lose
wait,
or
wait.
you win.
If I go hero.
How many turns you got?
3 left. With
Three.
dropping that. Fly to Chicago, down to Atlanta. Sure.
You could just 3 moves and end up here.
Or just go, 1.
Why don't you? We could take another. You could just take another cube from the 3 there, and then you could fly there and then do things. Or you just take the Atlanta cube at the end of the day.
No, I've dropped that, so I have 3 left. I need 3 to get to the station and cure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Chicago, they're
do that.
cured.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because
So I'm getting rid of 5. I'll probably keep St. Petersburg because that's further away.
Drawing an epidemic.
I haven't drawn one yet, so
You.
there we go. So Beijing.
Ready?
Now we don't have any special cards.
No. Roll
We
out.
can have.
Buenos Aires.
Zeros.
This is like a Miss Universe contest. Mexico City.
This
So
one's
one
got
more.
to be. It
One
has to
more.
be.
Oh, 3. Shit.
Top A.
Madrid. Madrid's good.
Madrid.
Oh, Madrid is-
All right.
So we just need to get through one more of those.
These aren't coming back, are they? So
It's got a thingy on it.
It's got a.
that's what I mean. They can't outbreak though. So where can you get to stop a further outbreak? What else is in there? Seoul. Seoul's got a thing on it. Taipei.
I can just go to Type A.
Have you got a card to get you anywhere near?
No, but I can go
1.
1, 2, 3, remove 1.
Or
It's a pity you
This
didn't
thing.
have a.
got one of these, or you want to remove
Where's
one?
Riyadh?
Doesn't make a difference. Oh, no, that's Ryder.
You could go and do trade.
No,
That's what
that's,
he's talking
yeah,
about. That's what
Riyadh.
he's talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say it's a pity he doesn't have a thing for a research station over there.
Except 4.
Yeah, what colour are you? Brown.
now shall I go and build a research station over in what's up? We put
If
out,
you had one more
we got a
red,
flip cards, don't we? Hang on, Rupert.
if
You
had
could have
one
dropped
more
one of
No,
red-
these
no,
on
no,
there.
no. This could be the end. It's alright.
Instead.
It's alright.
How could I have
you
done
still
that?
need 3
Don't worry,
more
don't worry.
reds.
Instead of going there.
Flip that card. Hey.
All right, now we need to get through these 3 without 2 outbreaks.
Cartoon. So, folks, cartoon.
That's alright.
Be kind to us. Bangkok. Bangkokers.
Is that a newie?
I think it is.
No.
No. Must be getting close to news.
Oh,
Chennai. Chendod.
Yes.
Survived.
down here.
So, no, it's this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What are you going to do?
So it takes me 1 and then
One.
Q.
That's on.
2, 3, 4.
So like,
And then you can cue a next move.
Yeah.
well, actually, that automatically Q is going already in there.
Yeah, we did that one, yeah.
So that one already.
And then you move
And so-
down there.
So, how many moves does it take me to Q it? 1 and Q 2. So that's I've still got 4 moves left.
But that's the end of the game.
1, 2, automatically cured. 3, I still get the cure. Not yet.
Oh, you're gonna
4, cure. Objectives. Discover cures to the 3 normal diseases. We won.
We beat February. First go.
Woo!
Just. That was pretty close, I reckon. Yeah.
But would that have?
That
what
would
would
have,
that have
yeah,
done?
yeah, that would have shuffled those in the top 3.
Should we play it out and see what happens?
No.
7
Oh,
point.
yeah. Send Bella what?
So
Do a sample there then.
St. Paul, I get 3 cubes. You just keep playing till we die. And that goes up 1.
We're getting pretty close on both tracks. Plus, we're not too far off running out of these. That's another end game, isn't it?
Pretty much everything ends the game. So we did pretty well to win that. Is there much
Yeah.
rejoicing on the chat line?
Bangkok,
Bangers
it's
gets
fine.
1. Yep.
New York,
Fine.
San Fran.
Fine.
Then another one.
Lucky I cured it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
well,
had,
you did
well,
have to, 'cause it's got
no,
this on it.
if that had been in Joel's though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it had the thing on.
So we had it well and truly won.
We even had to, like, we could have finished your turn and still won. That's probably it though.
Oh, shit. Cool. So, we read this, I assume. End of your first game in February before selecting your game and upgrades.
We had one turn before, so Epidemic came out then,
And then there's another one.
and there would have been 2 cards,
Yeah, then another one.
and then another one
Yeah.
for the next turn.
So, my turn would have been an epidemic.
Well, so
No,
what do we
he
get?
would have picked 2 cards first.
So hang on.
Tell
So,
him.
And so it would have been
Stu
Stu's.
would've-
so what happens now we win? We get stuff, right?
Yes.
Do we need to take photos of this or
Um,
do something with it before we
Scratch this bonus if you win a game in February.
Ooh, me. I won it. Me.
Just don't scratch it.
Um,
This is not right though, because these things need to come back and stuff.
I assume these are new ones of those that we can pick.
Chuck
So,
them in.
hang on, read it.
Place a quarantine marker on any 2 cities on the board.
That seems pretty strong. I like that. New assignment. 1 player, including the active player, may discard their current character and replace it with an unused named character.
How many characters do we have left?
Just for fun.
Well, it means you.
What was that one? What was that one you told?
Oh, is that January's?
Oh,
Discard at the end of Feb.
destroy at the
Destroy
end.
Destroy.
at the end of the- Alright, draw this card just before you set up your first game in March.
See you in the box.
Can you put that silver shit on the back
Oh,
of
that hurt. It doesn't
Ah.
feel good, does it?
For any game played in March, after setup and before the first turn begins, add 1 quarantine marker anywhere on the board. Destroy this card at the end of March.
At the end of March.
So it goes on top there.
No, it goes on top of that.
It'll go on the top of this.
Draw this
Okay.
card before the setup for the first game of March. Or should we just have a little
Sneak
peek?
peek.
No. No, because it'll be like a bunch of rules and stuff we have to go
How do you
for.
party people, Ben?
Yes, I
You
am.
people parties.
We can play March now if you want.
No, we can't.
Well, then
not right.
we're not reading the card.
We have to wait till March.
Then we're not reading the
Hmm.
card.
That's cool.
Well, gentlemen, that's excellent.
Good gentle dogs.
I was expecting that to take quite a few goes.
Oh, you was expecting.
What were we
well,
doing with all the?
You only get 2 goes, don't you?
Well, thanks to everyone who
What happens if
watched
you fail?
and participated.
Yeah, thanks everyone in the
This is
stream.
how we do.
And we wasn't done.
Are we separate bagging any of this stuff, or are you just throwing it all in the box?